Hello and welcome to Breakfast for Pancakes. I'm your host, PK Sullivan. Today we're going to be making Avgolemono. It's my favorite soup. It's a Greek soup of chicken and rice flavored with lemon and dill. I absolutely love it because it's a rich, thick, velvety textured soup without being too heavy. It's something you can have in the summer or the winter. It's honestly good all year round. Once we go over the basic recipe for that, we're going to put a little twist on it and make it taste like it comes from a completely different part of the world just by changing a couple of the ingredients. Rather than using dill and lemon, we're going to swap it out for lemongrass and ginger and lime. The three techniques we're going to be using today are poaching, thickening, and using a sachet. First thing, poaching the chicken in the soup. Poaching is the method by which you cook something in hot but not boiled in liquid. We're going to be using boneless, skinless chicken breast. It tends to dry out badly if you overcook it. The thing is, it overcooks at a temperature much lower than boiling water, so you don't want to boil the soup while the chicken is in there. Thickening the soup with the eggs and blended rice is what's going to give us that wonderful velvety texture. This isn't a brothy soup. This isn't a thin broth that has little bits in it. This is a velvety, thick soup. The last thing that we're going to do is we're going to add our herbs and spices using the sachet. A sachet is just a bundle or pouch used to hold ingredients when you're cooking in a liquid medium. This lets us pull the flavor out of the ingredients, infuse the soup, without having them in the final product. For a sachet, I like to use this. It's called a super bag. It's available on modernistpantry.com. I'll have a link below in the description. But basically, this is a very fine mesh net in the shape of a pouch that can hold on to ingredients and be immersed in boiling liquid up to something like 300 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to twist it and cinch it off with a bit of butcher's twine just to keep anything from falling out. You can use cheesecloth or whatever you want. I like this because it isn't a disposable item. It's dishwasher safe, it's washing machine safe, it works great for reclaiming used frying oil or straining impurities or solids out of various purees and things. Super bag, this is the 250 micron size, link in the description. Ingredients:
chicken, chicken stock, long grain rice, 3 lemons, peeled and juiced, 4 cloves of garlic, smashed, whole sprigs of dill, whole coriander seed, whole black peppercorn, whole fennel seed, 2 eggs plus 2 egg yolks, chopped dill, salt. How to make Avgolemono.
Cut the chicken breast into thin slices against the grain. Cutting against the grain is important because when you go to shred the chicken after poaching it, it'll be a lot easier to do if the muscle fibers are already nice and shortened. The grain runs mostly perpendicular to the length of the chicken breast. However, as you get down to the narrow tapered end, it starts to sweep out. So as you go along cutting your chicken breast, just be sure to follow the grain. I'm actually going to cut this roughly in half about here. And then cut just thin slices. You don't have to be super precise. Once the chicken has been sliced, go ahead and salt it with about half a teaspoon of salt. And set it aside while you begin the rest of the recipe. Let it soot and salt for anywhere between 30 and 60 minutes. Into the sachet we put the lemon peels, our whole spices, the smashed garlic, and the whole sprigs of dill. You can use cheesecloth, that works just fine. I do really like this because it's reusable. In order to keep any of the contents from spilling, I give it a couple of good twists. And now I'm just going to quickly tie some kitchen twine around the twist just to keep it closed up. And this will go in the Dutch oven.
Add the stock to a large Dutch oven over high heat. To this, add the sachet and rice. Bring to a boil. Reduce heat to low, cover, and cook for 5 minutes. Remove the cover, turn off the heat, and add the chicken. Stir so that the rice doesn't stick to the bottom. As you mix in the chicken, you'll notice it will immediately begin to turn white. This is good, it's cooking in the hot liquid even though it's not boiling. Return the lid and let sit for 15 minutes. Remove the sachet, then collect the chicken using tongs. Use a fine mesh strainer to collect 1 cup of cooked rice. Leave any liquid in the pot. Return the pot to a simmer. Shred the chicken using an old barbecue trick. Put on a cotton glove followed by a nitrile glove. This will keep your hands dry and cool even when working with hot things. To shred the chicken, simply pinch it between your fingers. Since it's already been cut across the grain, it should shred quite easily.
After the chicken is shredded, add the juice and eggs to the rice that you removed from the soup. Blend until completely emulsified, about a minute. Alright, now it's just time to do the final assembly.
Return the chicken and any accumulated juices back to the pot and mix. Stir in the egg mixture and stir to combine. Add the chopped dill. Season to taste. Serve immediately.
So that's Avgolemono played straight. That's the recipe I have. No modification. I love this soup. It's got just a wonderful consistency. It coats the spoon, so it's thicker than just a normal broth. It's not chicken and rice soup. It has a nice, almost creamy consistency to it. There are a lot of herbs in there. There's lots of dill flavor, and it's balanced nicely with the lemon. The dill and the lemon are a great combination. You get a little bit of the garlic coming through. The coriander and the pepper play background notes. The chicken is super tender. I really like this soup. There's a reason it's one of my favorites. Now it's time to see how good my cooking instincts are and whether or not I can make a version that is sort of a Greek-Thai fusion. Ingredients:
chicken, soy sauce, chicken stock, long grain rice, 2 limes, zested in juice, whole coriander seed, whole black peppercorns, Thai basil, sliced ginger, sliced lemongrass, mashed garlic, 2 eggs plus 2 egg yolks. Thai fusion Avgolemono.
Okay, the process here remains the same. The only thing we're changing are a handful of ingredients. We are swapping out the lemon for lime, or exchanging the dill for the Thai basil, adding ginger slices and lemongrass. Instead of salt, we're going to use soy sauce. Start by mixing our chicken, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Mix that in and set to the side while we get everything else going. Next, build your sachet. Ginger, garlic, lemon zest, coriander, pepper, lemongrass, Thai basil. Pinch and twist butcher's twine.
Heat your stock in a large Dutch oven over high heat. Add your rice and sachet, bring to a boil. Reduce heat to low, cover, and cook for 5 minutes. Remove the cover, turn off the heat, and add the chicken. Cover and let sit for 15 minutes. Remove the sachet, collect the chicken, then collect 1 cup of cooked rice using a fine mesh strainer. Shred the chicken. Blend the rice, eggs, and juice, then add the chicken and egg mixture back to the pot. Stir to combine.
All right, the variation is ready to eat. The lemongrass and the Thai basil really come forward. The ginger is a little muted. It's mostly at the back end. The garlic is nice. Lime is a good call here as well. I think the lemon would have been too sharp. Did a really good job with the chicken this time around. It's even more tender. This is a really good soup. I would recommend it. So there you go. We have an Avgolemono, just straight up, and a Thai-inspired twist on Avgolemono. Both are really good, and I hope that this video showed you that cooking isn't just about rote recipes. It's not about just following something exactly to reproduce things. Cooking is an art as much as it is a science. Once you learn the techniques, you can start remixing and playing a little bit of improv jazz. Changing a few key ingredients, but keeping the same techniques in place means that we have soups that taste like they came from completely different parts of the world, even though that they are 95% the same. Please, if you give either of these soups a shot, let me know. The recipe for both of them will be in the show notes. And as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really helps us out as a new channel. I have a Patreon coming soon. Once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. So stay tuned for that. This week, I want to give a shout out to my friend John Canamis. He has been unfailingly supportive and enthusiastic about my endeavors here. It really means a lot. Thanks, John.
Loki wants soup.